Welcome back to Beyond Wisdom, where we explore timeless truths for a more peaceful and meaningful life. There have always been moments in history when the world seemed to fall apart. Plagues, wars, invasions, and collapses of great empires. No era has been immune to disruption and suffering. Yet, through the ashes of those moments, ancient people didn't just survive. They held tightly to a handful of core values, simple, steady truths that gave them strength and direction when everything else crumbled. Today, we're going to explore those values, and maybe in a world that often feels unstable, they can help steady us too. When chaos knocked at the door, ancient cultures didn't respond with panic. They responded with ritual. In ancient Egypt, even during times of famine or foreign rule, people maintained their offerings to Maat, the goddess of truth, balance, and cosmic order. Maat wasn't just a deity. She represented a way of life. The Egyptians believed that no matter how much disorder swirled around them, they could restore balance by living in harmony with the natural laws, by showing kindness, speaking truth, honoring justice, and maintaining structure in their daily lives. In other words, they believed that order wasn't something imposed from above. Each person helped to rebuild it, beginning in the home, around the fire, and in the heart. And in honoring that, they resisted the unraveling of everything else. When the Roman Empire fell, what held people together wasn't government. It was the village, the family, the monastery. During the so-called Dark Ages, isolated communities often became beacons of survival and resilience. In Celtic Ireland, for example, monastic communities kept knowledge alive by copying sacred texts, welcoming strangers, feeding the hungry, and offering shelter. Ancient people understood that when everything is taken away, the strength of your community becomes your true wealth. Whether in tribes, temples, or towns, they rebuilt from the ground up, not alone, but together. They leaned into cooperation over control, and in doing so, they reminded us that connection is not a luxury, it's a necessity. In times of abundance, cultures often drift toward excess. But in collapse, people remember the value of simplicity. The Stoics of ancient Greece and Rome believed in preparing for adversity long before it arrived. Figures like Epictetus, once enslaved, later a philosopher, taught that true freedom lies in needing little. When the world becomes uncertain, possessions lose their meaning, but inner clarity grows. During the fall of Rome, while elites mourned their lost status, the Stoics practiced detachment, reminding themselves that what cannot be taken, integrity, wisdom, humility, is what truly matters. Simplicity gave them focus. It let them travel light through heavy times. And maybe that's still true today. For indigenous peoples across the world, survival wasn't just about food or shelter. It was about sacred relationships. In times of disaster, they turned to ceremony, to ancestors, to the land itself. The Dene people, Navajo, survived the long walk and the trauma of displacement by holding to their prayers, songs, and stories, the living threads of meaning that wove them back into wholeness. For them, the sacred wasn't a distant idea. It was right here, in the earth beneath their feet, the fire they lit at night, the language they passed down in whispers. Holding onto the sacred helped them survive, not just physically, but spiritually. It gave them identity. It gave them dignity when the world tried to strip it away. Buddhist teachings, emerging in ancient India during an era of political unrest and social instability, offered a radical insight. Life is change. The Buddha taught that suffering comes not from change itself, but from resisting it, from clinging to things that were never meant to stay. In a collapsing world, this teaching became an anchor. Monks in war-torn regions didn't try to freeze time. They leaned into impermanence. They practiced mindfulness, generosity, and compassion, not as abstract ideals, but as living tools to meet whatever came. The calm in their gaze wasn't denial. It was the fruit of deeply understanding that nothing, not pain, not joy, not even disaster, is permanent. And so they walk through fire with peace in their step. In the ancient Hebrew tradition, when Jerusalem fell and the people were exiled, they didn't erase their story. They deepened it. The Psalms, many written during times of despair, are full of honest cries, yes, but also resilience. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. That's not bravado. It's courage born from trust, not necessarily in outcomes, but in meaning. When life falls apart, ancient people didn't always believe things would get better. But they did believe their lives still mattered, that they were part of something greater. This belief, whether in God, fate, Dharma, or the ancestors, gave them courage. Not the absence of fear, but the ability to act despite it. When faced with catastrophe, modern minds often rush to assign blame. Ancient minds, while not immune to anger, leaned more toward responsibility. The philosopher Confucius lived during a time of great turmoil in ancient China, civil wars, moral decay, and corruption. But his response wasn't finger-pointing. It was self-reflection. He taught that if we want a more virtuous world, we must start by becoming more virtuous ourselves. That society heals when families are strong, when rulers live with integrity, when each person takes responsibility for their conduct. His Analects are full of reminders that the path to stability begins with how we speak, how we treat others, and how we carry ourselves, even when the world is unfair, especially then. When the Inca Empire fell to conquest, much of their society was shattered. Temples burned, languages suppressed. But the Quechua people, descendants of the Inca, didn't disappear. They preserved their culture in quiet ways, through weaving patterns, agricultural rituals, and oral memory. Even under colonial rule, they passed down knowledge not just to remember the past, but to plant seeds for the future. Ancient people often survived collapse, not by fighting every change, but by anchoring themselves to a longer story. They saw themselves as stewards of something older than any one generation. And that gave them hope, not as a feeling, but as a commitment. A reason to keep going, even when it hurt. When the world shakes, what keeps us steady isn't our plans or possessions. It's our values, the invisible roots that hold us upright when everything else falls away. Ancient people understood this. And because they lived through collapse, their wisdom isn't theoretical. It's tested. We don't have to wait for peace to live peacefully. We don't have to wait for stability to be steady. The core values they turn to, order, community, simplicity, the sacred, impermanence, courage, responsibility, and continuity, are still here, waiting to be remembered, waiting to be lived. Which of these ancient values feels most needed in your life right now? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching. If this video brought you value, subscribe to Beyond Wisdom. Until next time, stay calm, stay strong, and stay wise.